You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, Marcus realized with startling clarity. He looked around at his inner circle and discovered something uncomfortable. His closest friends were trapped in the exact same patterns he was desperately trying to break free from. This revelation forced Marcus to make one of the most important decisions of his transformation journey. He got completely intentional about the relationships and influences in his life. He didn't abandon his old friends, but he strategically expanded his circle to include people who were growing in the direction he wanted to go. Marcus joined a local fitness group where people actually showed up consistently. He found an online business mastermind filled with entrepreneurs who were building the life he dreamed of. He started listening to podcasts hosted by people who were already where he wanted to be. He began following social media accounts that inspired action instead of feeding comparison. The shift in his environment created a shift in his identity. Suddenly, growth wasn't something he had to force, it became the natural result of the ecosystem he had intentionally built around himself. Your challenge this week: find one new community, group, or relationship where people are actively growing in a direction you want to go. It could be online or offline, formal or informal. Engage genuinely, participate actively, and contribute value wherever possible. The 7 keys to unstoppable growth. The mirror moment. Marcus stares at his bathroom mirror at 5:47 a.m. on a Tuesday morning. That feels different from all the others. Same tired eyes, same defeated posture, same man who's been drifting through life for 3 years. But something inside whispers louder today. What if everything could change in the next 60 days? You see, Marcus isn't anyone special. He's not a Fortune 500 CEO, not blessed with genius-level IQ, not the lucky guy who wins the lottery. He's exactly like millions of us trapped in the quicksand of mediocrity, watching his dreams slip away one mindless scroll at a time, one "I'll start tomorrow" at a time. But Marcus is about to discover something that will completely shatter his understanding of what's possible. The secret to transformation isn't hidden in grand gestures or life-altering events. It's not waiting for the perfect moment or the right opportunity. The secret lies in the razor-thin space between who you are right now and who you choose to become in the next 24 hours. Key 1. Master your morning hour. Marcus used to be a victim of his mornings, rolling out of bed at the last possible minute, immediately grabbing his phone, scrolling through social media feeds filled with other people's highlight reels, stumbling through his day like a zombie on autopilot. Sound painfully familiar? But on day 1 of his transformation, Marcus made a decision that would change everything. Win the first hour of the day, and you win the entire day. Here's exactly what shifted. Marcus set his alarm for 5:30 a.m. not to punish himself, but to reclaim his power. In that first sacred hour, while the rest of the world still slept, he committed to 3 non-negotiable activities: 20 minutes of movement, even if it was just basic stretching or a walk around the block. He got his blood flowing. 20 minutes of learning, reading something that fed his mind instead of junk that rotted it. 20 minutes of intentional planning, mapping out his day with purpose instead of reacting to whatever chaos came his way. Within just 2 weeks, Marcus felt like a completely different human being. His energy levels soared through the roof. His focus became laser sharp, and that nagging voice of regret that had haunted him for years began to quiet down. Your challenge: tomorrow morning, set your alarm 30 minutes earlier than usual. Use those precious 30 minutes exclusively for yourself, not your phone, not the news, not anyone else's urgent agenda, just you. Investing in becoming stronger. Key 2. Seed your mind like your life depends on it. Your mind is a garden. Marcus's grandmother used to tell him when he was young, feed it weeds, and weeds will grow wild. Feed it wisdom, and wisdom will bloom beautifully. For years, Marcus had been unconsciously feeding his mind nothing but mental junk food, mindless television shows, negative news cycles designed to keep him anxious, toxic social media that made him feel inadequate. His brain had become a dumping ground for other people's agendas. Then Marcus made a radical decision that would transform not just his thinking, but his entire life trajectory. For every hour of entertainment he consumed, he would invest 30 minutes in growth content that actually moved him forward. Books became his new best friends. Podcasts hosted by successful people became his personal mentors. Online courses became his private university. In just 60 days, Marcus absorbed more life-changing wisdom than he had in the previous 5 years combined. The transformation wasn't just intellectual, it rippled through every area of his life. His confidence grew, his decision-making improved, his conversations became more interesting, and opportunities began appearing everywhere. Your challenge: Choose one book that could genuinely change your life trajectory. Commit to reading just 10 pages every single day. Do the math. That's roughly 18 transformational books per year. Imagine the person you will become after downloading that much wisdom into your mind. Key 3. Eliminate energy vampires ruthlessly. Marcus made a shocking discovery that changed everything. He was hemorrhaging precious life energy to things that absolutely didn't matter.
Toxic relationships that drained his spirit. Mindless scrolling that stole his time. Worrying about circumstances beyond his control. And perfectionism that kept him paralyzed instead of progressing. He created what he called the daily energy audit, a simple but powerful practice. Every evening before bed, he would honestly ask himself 2 critical questions. What gave me genuine energy today? What completely drained my energy? Then he would ruthlessly eliminate the drains and intentionally double down on the gains. The changes he made were dramatic but necessary. Out went the chronically negative friend who complained about everything but changed nothing. In came a mentor who challenged him to grow and think bigger. Out went 3 hours of mindless social media scrolling and came 3 hours of skill building that actually moved his life forward. Out went toxic news consumption that made him anxious and came inspiring content that filled him with possibility. The result? Marcus felt like he had discovered hidden reserves of energy he never knew existed. Your challenge, for the next 7 days, honestly track what gives you energy versus what drains it. Pay attention to people, activities, content, and environments. Then make one significant elimination and one powerful addition to your life. Key number 4, harness the compound effect. Marcus learned one of the most powerful secrets of successful people. Transformation isn't about massive, unsustainable efforts, it's about understanding compound interest for your life. Small, consistent actions repeated daily create absolutely massive results over time. Think about it. 1 push-up today seems insignificant, but 1 becomes 5 next week. 5 becomes 20 next month. 20 becomes a daily habit that transforms your entire physical presence. Reading 1 page feels pointless, but 1 page becomes 1 chapter. 1 chapter becomes 1 book, and 1 book becomes a completely transformed worldview. The magic isn't in the size of the action, it's in the unwavering consistency of your commitment. Marcus started with what seemed almost embarrassingly small goals. 1 page of reading, 1 push-up, 1 minute of meditation. But here's the key, he never, ever missed a day. Those tiny actions compounded like interest in a savings account. Except the returns were measured in confidence, energy, knowledge, and opportunities. Your challenge, choose 1 microscopic habit that takes under 2 minutes to complete. Something so small you'd be embarrassed not to do it. Commit to doing it every single day for 30 days straight. Watch in amazement as small becomes significant, and significant becomes transformational. Key number 6, celebrate small victories. Marcus used to only acknowledge the massive wins, the big promotion, the marathon finish line, the major life milestone. But he discovered something crucial. Celebrating small victories was like adding premium fuel to his motivation engine every single day. He started recognizing and celebrating everything. Finished that 20-minute workout? Micro celebration. Read those 10 pages? Recognition and appreciation. Had that difficult conversation he'd been avoiding? Full acknowledgement of his courage. These weren't participation trophies or empty self-praise. These micro-celebrations were strategically training his brain to associate growth and progress with positive emotions. The more he celebrated small wins, the more his brain craved the activities that created them. Your challenge, tonight, write down 3 small wins from today. No matter how tiny they seem, acknowledge them, feel proud, make progress feel genuinely good, and you'll naturally want more of it. Key number 7, end each day stronger than you started. Before Marcus revolutionized his mornings, he completely transformed his evenings. Instead of collapsing on the couch and mindlessly consuming whatever Netflix suggested, he created a powerful 30-minute evening ritual that became the bridge between today's version of himself and tomorrow's upgraded version. 10 minutes of reflection. What did I learn today? What worked? What didn't? What would I do differently? 10 minutes of tomorrow's planning. What are my 3 most important priorities? How will I tackle them? 10 minutes of growth, reading, journaling, or listening to something that expanded his mind. Gratitude practice. 3 specific things he was genuinely grateful for from that day. This simple routine became the foundation of his transformation. It connected his days together like links in a chain, each one stronger than the last. Your challenge, starting tonight, create your own 20 to 30-minute evening ritual. Use this time to close out today with intention and set up tomorrow for success. Make your evenings the launching pad for even better mornings. The 30-day result. 30 days later. Same mirror, different man. Lost 15 pounds effortlessly. Read 6 books. Started side hustle. deeper relationships, found work purpose again. Real change was internal. Marcus remembered his power to choose, change, grow. Your turn, same power, same mirror, same choice. No permission needed, no perfect conditions, no waiting for Monday. Start now, pick one key, write it down, say it loud, commit for 7 days. Your new life isn't 30 days away, it's one decision away. Stop waiting, start becoming. What's your first move?